Hello everyone, welcome back to Tokyo Talk. I'm Mai.
And I'm Jack. Mai, you're checking your phone a lot today. Is something on your mind?
Actually, Jack, I did want to ask you about something. It's related to Line.
Line, huh? I use it all the time. What's up?
Well, I sent a message to someone I'm kind of interested in, for my boyfriend search.
Ooh, a promising candidate. So, what happened with the message?
It shows as Kidoku. For our global listeners, that means read. But there's been no reply.
Ah, the infamous Kidoku Suru. In English, we often say being left on read. It's a very specific kind of modern torment.
Exactly. Left on read. It feels so unsettling. I can't stop checking the app. Did I say something wrong, do you think?
It's a common fear. Besides left on read, are there other English phrases people use for this, Mai? Perhaps something like being ignored or blanked?
Those are related. Being ignored is general. Blanked is more informal, meaning someone is deliberately not responding or acknowledging you. But left on read is so precise because of the read receipt technology.
Good point. What about ghosted? Is that similar? I hear that a lot, especially in dating contexts, which might be relevant for your, search.
Haha, yes! Ghosting is when someone completely cuts off all communication without explanation. Being left on read can be a part of ghosting or a prelude to it, but it isn't always the same. Kidoku Suru specifically highlights that the message was seen.
So, left on read is the closest direct equivalent to Kidoku Suru because it captures that seen but no reply nuance. Ignored is broader, and ghosted is more about complete disappearance.
Exactly. And that knowledge that they've seen it is what often fuels the anxiety we're talking about.
I think many people can relate to that. The psychological impact of being left on read can be surprisingly potent. Why do you reckon it affects us so much?
Perhaps it's the uncertainty. If it didn't show read, I could just tell myself they haven't seen it yet.
That's a sharp observation, Mai. The read receipt strips away that plausible deniability. You know they've seen it, but the why of no reply is a mystery.
Precisely. It just creates this ambiguity. And my mind immediately starts filling in the blanks, usually with the worst-case scenarios.
That ambiguity is tough. In this digital age, we're conditioned to expect almost instant feedback, like likes, comments, and quick replies.
Yes, it's like we're waiting for validation, isn't it? A reply makes you feel seen, acknowledged.
It can be a form of intermittent reinforcement. Sometimes you get that quick reply, that reward, and sometimes you don't, which ironically makes you check more.
Intermittent reinforcement. I see. When Jack mentions intermittent reinforcement, he's talking about a psychological principle where rewards are unpredictable, making the behavior stronger. Like waiting for the perfect improvisational phrase to pop into your head during a jazz solo.
Haha, perhaps a similar kind of waiting game. It can certainly feel like being ignored. But as we've discussed before, there can be countless reasons for a delayed response.
That's true, but the read status somehow makes it feel more intentional than if they simply hadn't seen it yet.
I get that. It really underscores the inherent ambiguity in text communication versus, say, a video call, where you get immediate visual feedback.
Inherent ambiguity? So Jack means the kind of uncertainty that's just a built-in part of text messages because we lack tone and body language.
Precisely. Unlike my AI models, which give a very clear processing or error signal, human communication is far messier, especially in the world of dating, Mai.
Hey, it is messy. You're not wrong there. So when we experience this anxiety from Kidoku Suru, what practical steps can we take?
First, it's good to acknowledge the feeling. It's a common reaction. Then, consciously try to resist overthinking and recall those other possibilities for the silence.
So, when Jack says acknowledge the feeling, he means to recognize and accept that it's happening. And resist overthinking is about actively trying to stop your mind from racing.
Exactly. It's like trying to override a default cognitive pathway. It's not easy, but it's definitely possible with practice.
Okay, so find a distraction. Maybe I'll focus on practicing that tritty bebop scale on my sax instead.
Perfect. Or dive deep into researching the discography of your favorite Dorota group. Channel that anxious energy into something absorbing.
That's good advice. Before we wrap up, Jack, let's recap some key terms for our listeners.
Good idea. We talked about being left on red, the direct English counterpart to Kidoku Suru.
Yes, that phrase you mentioned, left on read, really captures the specific situation. We also touched on ghosting, which is related but different.
Right. Ghosting is a complete cutoff. For example, he left me on red for days, and then he totally ghosted me.
And that feeling of unsettling anxiety often comes from losing plausible deniability once you see that read marker.
True. Instead of filling in the blanks with negativity, it's better to resist overthinking and channel that energy elsewhere.
Great summary. It's a digital age challenge, but we can learn to manage the anxiety.